Hi everyone, and welcome to the 5th episode of Buenas Noticias in Easy English. I'm Andrea, and on this channel I share positive and interesting stories from around the world in slow, clear, and easy English, con un poco de ayuda para la gente que habla español. Remember, you can turn on Spanish subtitles if you need more help following along. Recuerda, puedes activar los subtítulos en español si necesitas más ayuda para seguir el contenido. Today is March 17th. It's St. Patrick's Day. It's a big holiday, feriado, in Ireland, Irlanda. St. Patrick's Day is also celebrated in many other places around the world, besides Ireland. I'm originally from New York City, originally, and it's definitely celebrated there. St. Patrick's Day is a colorful, can you guess what color? It's a colorful, cheerful holiday full of history. It's a celebration of Irish culture, history, and community. And you don't need to be Irish to enjoy St. Patrick's Day. I'm not. A lot of people celebrate St. Patrick's Day who aren't Irish. But most non-Irish people don't know the story behind the holiday. And here's the story. St. Patrick's Day honors St. Patrick, one of the best-known people in Irish history. March 17th, supuestamente, is the day of St. Patrick's death. And here's something else interesting that many people don't know. Patrick also was not Irish. He was born in Britain, Bretaña or Inglaterra, during Roman times. When he was about 16 years old, he was kidnapped, and taken to Ireland as a slave, esclavo, slave. He was there for about 6 years. And then it is said, now I want to explain something. When I say it is said, that means someone else said it about a situation. It's like a passive way of explaining that someone else was talking. So Patrick did not say. It is said that Patrick had a dream, un sueño, a dream, telling him that a ship, was available for him to escape. And he did escape from Ireland. And he survived a difficult journey, un viaje difícil, a difficult journey, back to his home in Britain. But that wasn't the end of his story. Later he chose to go back to Ireland as a Christian missionary. And eventually he became one of the most famous people connected with bringing Christianity to Ireland. There are also some other famous leyendas famosas about St. Patrick. For example, many people have heard the story that Patrick drove out all the snakes from Ireland. Snakes, culebras, snakes. But most historians treat that as a legend, a leyenda, not a true history. But honestly, the real story is already impressive. A young man was taken from home. He suffered, suffered. He escaped, escapó. And later he returned and became Ireland's patron saint. So today, depending on where you live or what news shows or videos you watch, you might see parades, desfiles, parades, music, dancing, Irish flags, banderas, flags, and of course, a whole lot of green. And that is bringing me to a good final question. But wait just 1 minute. And that question is, why green? Did you notice I've changed into my other green shirt? I like to take advantage of St. Patrick's Day to wear all my green. I don't have a lot of occasion to wear green, and I have another surprise for you later. Anyway, people wear green on St. Patrick's Day because green is strongly associated with Ireland's most famous plant, flower, the shamrock, treble, shamrock. The small green plant is traditionally linked to St. Patrick's in Ireland. Over time, green became one of the best known symbols of Ireland and St. Patrick. And yes, for a lot of people, St. Patrick's Day is also connected with drinking, tomando, and even drinking green beer, birra verde. Yes, green beer. In most big cities in the United States, and I assume in parts of Europe, for sure Ireland, people go out with friends, they enjoy drinks, green beer, and they wear green, again, even if they're not Irish. Many bars and restaurants have special St. Patrick's Day parties with green foods and lower prices on green drinks and beer. But at its heart, St. Patrick's Day is not only about parties. It's about Irish identity. And remember, you don't need to be Irish. You don't need an Irish last name. You don't even really need to know everything about Ireland. You can still enjoy the day, like I am. You can still learn something, like you are. And most of all, you can still wear all your green. Thank you so much for listening to this latest episode of Buenas Noticias in Easy English. If you enjoyed the video or learned any new words or concepts or pronunciation, please like and subscribe. And tell me in the comments, do people celebrate St. Patrick's Day where you live? Have you ever seen or drank green beer? Also, take the quiz to test your listening comprehension. Okay, that's all for now. I'll see you next time with more positive news in easy English. Happy St. Patrick's Day and bye!